How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. It's been a little bit since the last video, but since then I got a new video game. I got FNAF 3, and since this is my first time ever playing it, I thought I'd make a video. So today we're going to play FNAF 3, but for the first time. This video is going to be kind of different though, because this time I actually don't really know what's going on about the game. I don't really watch that many videos on the game besides when people play aggressive nightmare mode, and even then I never really learned how the AI works or any methods on how to play the game. So this time I'm actually kind of going in blind here. I don't know what I'm doing and this game is new to me. So how well am I gonna do? Let's find out and get to the video. You may be wondering where the background is in this video. Well, I didn't make one because night 1 the animatronics aren't programmed to do anything, so that means I could just look at nothing the entire night and I won't die.
I live with roaches, about 10 of them.
If you're wondering why I know this, it's because I've seen enough gameplay to know about it, but besides that I don't really know anything, so let's just relax a little bit. So you see where this is going. While the most entertaining gameplay is going on in the background, I'm going to explain the AI tonight. So for the background, I'm going to be talking about it after I'm done playing the game, so I'll be going in completely blind during the playing of this game. But here's how the game works, and here's a timestamp to go to if you already know about how the AI works or just don't want to hear about the boring stuff. Anyways, the AI works similar to games like FNAF 1, 2, or any of the other games, except the phantom animatronics. But to start, Springtrap works like any other game. It has an AI value from 0 to 20 and it has movement opportunities every couple of seconds. This AI value will be important because after 4 AM, during errors and stuff like that, there's an aggression meter that causes Springtrap to start spinning to your office. He either has the chance to move to a different camera in the map, or if there's a vent attached to that map, he will just go into there, and if he has a successful movement opportunity, then he'll just go through the vent straight to your office. Anyways, the map looks like this. There are other things in this game called audio lures that you're able to use to get Springtrap to move to other rooms. The lure sounds like this.
Hi. Hello?
Yes, the sound of a little boy. So wait, does this mean? Anyways, Springtrap has a 1 in 7 chance to not listen to that audio lure, which might be his angels talking to him or something, and will just come to kill you, which kind of balances out, I guess. At least he doesn't touch kids. So from what I've said, you might notice that this game is basically completely RNG based, and that's not good. Unlike games that require some skill like FNAF 1 or Sister Location, this game isn't consistent in the slightest. And that's not even talking about the phantoms. Out of the 6 phantoms, Phantom Balloon Boy, Freddy, and Foxy are the most likely to cause problems. The way that Freddy works is the most different out of all the animatronics because you don't really have to look at a camera for him to jump scare you. You actually have to be idle in the office for him to jump scare you and cause an error. Foxy jump scares you when you look at him in the office, which he spawns on the left side of, and when you look at him also causes an error. Balloon Boy is the most annoying out of all of them because he is able to spawn on any of the cameras, and if you look at him too long, you get jump scared, therefore getting an error. But there are still 3 other phantoms: Mangle, Chica, and Puppet. Phantom Puppet works by spawning on camera 8 and will block your vision in the office for a while, leaving you to the hands of Springtrap's freaky ass. Mangle appears on a vent camera, which is camera 4, which can be avoided by pulling down the camera fast, which is kind of the same as Phantom Balloon Boy. But if you look at her too long, then she appears in the window, meaning there's a camera error. Chica appears on the arcade screen, which is in camera 7. And of course, if you look at it for too long, you get jump scared and there's an error, yada yada yada. So let's talk about how the nights work. The game introduced something new, which is audio, video, and ventilation errors, which you will have to manage if you want to find and take care of Springtrap. The audio lures have a certain amount of uses per night that I'll mention before each of the nights, as well as the AI values. The longer the time you spend on the camera will cause there to be a camera error, which makes you unable to look into the cameras, obviously. And ventilation is probably the most important out of all of them. The phantom animatronics make it where the ventilation error will occur, and the other way these occur is by staying on the camera and Springtrap moving through the vents. You know, This game makes me wonder what people would do for minimum wage. Like, you have a regular dude that wants to kill you, and you just don't find another job. It also doesn't make it easier when you could barely see Springtrap on the cameras in the first place. Do y'all get it? Well, good, because I need to beat aggressive nightmare mode later, and I really don't want to do that. This night was annoying. Period. I failed 3 times last night because I wasn't able to track Springtrap, plain and simple. I tried to use the audio cues like footsteps, which sound like this. The ventilation sounds, which sound like this. And the sounds that he makes whenever he's in cam 5, 2, or in the window, which sound like this. The phantom animatronics in this night don't really move around that much, but when they do, they're really annoying. It felt like each time they spawned in, I was just right there to watch, which would give me errors. Phantom BB is easily the biggest culprit, mainly because my chud fingers couldn't react fast enough to flip off the stupid camera, so he would give me a vent error. I already hate this game more than FNAF 1, and already have more attempts than FNAF 1 as well. And I have a feeling this game is going to get a lot harder than this. I'm still thinking about the aggressive nightmare mode after this. Also, during the video, I'm going to have an attempt counter at the top left corner just to see how many times I realized I sucked at the game. Which also makes me think, this game sucks. If you didn't think this game was inconsistent, you will after watching this night. Surprisingly, I beat this night on the first try. Yes, the first try. I couldn't beat night 2 in one try, but I beat this one in one try because of a strategy that I decided to create, which would work for all the nights up until night 6 or regular nightmare mode. What I was trying to do was keep Springtrap as far away from me as I could, which is camera 9, and I would shut the vent that is connected to camera 9 as long as he stayed there. Whenever he moved, I would use the footsteps to track where he was. And since he was in cam 9, there are only 4 places he could go: the vent connected to 9, camera 7, 8, or 10. Each time he went to any of those places, I would just put an audio lure in cam 9 to signal Springtrap to start touching kids. Anyways, surprisingly, the cameras were bright enough to where I could see Springtrap in each of those cameras. Or maybe I just wasn't looking hard enough. Whenever Springtrap would go into camera 11 or the vent connected to cam 9, I would immediately reboot all of the systems so I didn't have to worry about Springtrap running to my door, which was pretty foolproof until nightmare mode. But until then, this is going to be my strategy that I'll use on the harder modes, so enjoy some gameplay. So far, night 4 is proving my foolproof plan. Well, foolproof. I ended up beating this night on the first try as well, no diff. And I don't really have anything to say for this night except nice. So, I'll just show some gameplay to keep y'all entertained, but until Nightmare Mode, I really won't have anything to say because of the strategy. No help, by the way. As you can see, my attempts didn't go up at all. Another easy day in the office. I just kept on doing the same mechanics the entire night as I've been doing for the other nights. Speaking of mechanics, I think my boy's in dire need of one, because look how many audio uses I have. 2. And I can barely spend time on the camera type because of the 24-second limit, so my strategy is going to need a bit of work. In order to not get errors, I'm just going to keep on flipping my camera on and off to limit the timer. And every time I get to about 60 seconds with Springtrap in check, I'm going to take care of the systems. But if Springtrap isn't in check and I get an error, then I'm just dead. That never actually ended up happening though, because I'm just goated with the sauce. Anyways, here's some gameplay, and after this is Nightmare Mode, where my strat is going to need a little bit of work. For now, I don't really have much to say except for this. The jump between night 5 and this night's attempts is actually insane, and I have more than doubled my attempts for the previous 5 nights combined just in this one night. This night has easily been the most difficult night I have played in any FNAF game so far, which includes 1 and 2. I hated this night so much, and this was just a teaser for what was to come in aggressive nightmare mode. Springtrap on this night is the most aggressive, and the likelihood of me getting an error during this night is the highest. The only way for me to get a vent error during this night is from phantoms, which should make it easier, right? Wrong. I still found a way to get all 3 errors within the first hour of the night, which has to be some sort of record or something. So far, the strategy that I'm using has stayed the same, except of keeping Springtrap in camera 9, I want him in camera 10, and to close the vent that is connected to that room, and I just want to keep Springtrap as far away from me as possible in order to create a better chance for me not getting touched by him. This strategy wasn't really working, but I still kept trying over and over. So far my efforts were not being shown well. The farthest I made it after establishing this plan was at 3 AM. I also figured out that if I did the Springtrap cycle correctly, I would be able to stall for about an hour or so from this. The Springtrap cycle works like this. There's an animation where Springtrap runs across your screen to the right side of your office, and at every 7 seconds specifically, there's an animation that Springtrap uses to kill you. So that means every 7 seconds I needed to flip the camera in order to stall his animation cycle. How did I find out about this method? YouTube. Yes, this means that I wasn't going in 100% blind, but it's whatever I don't really care anymore, because without that, this night would be impossible. I was so stressed every time that I played this night to the point my hands were sweating and eventually made my mouse pad damp, which is pretty disgusting. Anyways, I'm gonna show the winning attempt here, but at the end of this segment, I'm gonna show you every jump scare so far in this one night. Have fun watching. Yes, bro. Yes, thank you. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. Let's go, bro. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Bro, oh my, that cycle was literally it. That cycle was so clutch. I'm so glad to have cycled through that. Oh my. Yes. Let's go. Yes. Let's go. Yes, bro. Yes. I'm sorry I was hyping up the aggressive nightmare mode this entire time, but I unfortunately just do not have the time to do it for now. That video of me beating aggressive nightmare mode will be made within the next couple of months or so, but I've already spent way too much time editing and playing this game. I enjoyed beating the knights, but I don't really have the time to beat all the mini games right now to get the good ending, but that will come up soon. I appreciate all of you for taking the time to watch this video. I put a lot of hard work into it, so I would appreciate it if y'all consider subscribing and hitting the like button. More videos like this will be coming up in the near future, but right now I'm going to take a break from FNAF. I appreciate y'all and have a nice day.